ลองเรียนที่ห้องเรียนทดลองนิวซีแลนด์ในงานในวันนี้ค่ะเพราะว่ามาวินติดใจหลังจากที่ไปนิวซีแลนด์ครั้งที่แล้วมีปีนี้ขอไปอีกก็เลยบอกว่าถ้าอย่างนั้นมาลองทดลองเรียนให้มาดูในห้องเรียนนิวซีแลนด์จริงๆแล้วก็วันนี้ในปีหน้าที่จะไปนี้อาจจะเปลี่ยนโรงเรียนหรืออาจจะเปลี่ยนเมืองเดี๋ยวเราตามเข้าไปดูเขากันค่ะ
It's a bit crazy to think that this is going to be the New Zealand classroom here in Thailand. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to experience what like a normal New Zealand class is like. So first thing you might notice is the way in which you're sitting. So in New Zealand, in our classrooms, we like to work a lot in groups, okay, sharing ideas amongst students. But if we can combine that with 2 or 3 or 4 students working in a group, then the knowledge that is shared is much better for the student. So that's the first thing that might be different for you sitting in here today, is the way that the classroom is set up. England is located at the bottom of the world. We have no other countries around us. So what we have to do is we have to be very creative and we have to think for ourselves. So here are some examples of design thinking in New Zealand. This first one here, everybody see this picture here? So in New Zealand, we have a lot of rivers, and the rivers are very shallow, so not much water in them. So a usual boat cannot go in a river, right? It cannot go in a river because the engine will hit the ground. But as you can see, we like to have fun in the rivers with boats, but also for transport and things like that. So what did we do? We created a new engine. So we created in New Zealand the jet boat. So the water gets sucked in and then pushed out very fast. And it makes the jet boat go really fast. So this is an example of problem solving in New Zealand. Okay. Aeroplane, and can you see where the aeroplane is located? Yeah. It's in a mountain with the snow. So I don't know how many aeroplanes you have travelled on before, but I don't think any of them would have landed on the snow, right? Yeah. But again, in New Zealand we have a lot of mountains and a lot of snow. At the moment it's winter, so it's cold. For emergency, maybe somebody gets sick or cold or break their leg, we need to have aeroplanes to land in the mountains. Also for tourism. Okay, so what we like to do in New Zealand is we try to create a product to meet the needs of people. So that is known as empathy. So these are the 3 key terms that we need to learn today about design thinking. So empathy is about understanding people. So we have 4 teams, we're missing one. Can somebody think of an example of something that you cannot live without? Can you think of an example? You wouldn't live for maybe a few weeks if you didn't have
water.
Water, very good.
Yeah.
Well done, all 6 got it right. So, a consumer is somebody who buys a product. Are you a consumer? Okay. Here is an example of one of the students last week in Vietnam. So you can see this is the example. This was a voice changer app. So I can leave that out. So that's the type of design that we're looking at. All right. So it doesn't need to be perfect drawing. It's about designing. It's about your ideas. It's about creative thinking and problem solving. Okay. So I'll let you begin and I'll come around and help.
Work in pair. Hold your body, Marvin, because you have to work in pair. Who is your body? You don't know. You have to talk to each other. Yeah.
Just you 2 work together. Yeah, everybody will work. Yeah, hopefully it will be a different way to the other people. You can talk about and share ideas. Groups to share with us how they their design thinking idea. So I'll just get these two boys to come up and explain to us their monster app.
Need to choose monster. It have three monsters: fire, water, and rock. You can choose if you want to. Is a fire monster. You choose the fire.
Right, not a problem. We have one that's shared. So we have finished now. So I just want to explain to you about the New Zealand education system and about how this activity fits in with the philosophy. So we often have students working in groups like this. By having students working in groups, they are working collaboratively, which means they are sharing ideas. By working in small groups, it means that every student has the opportunity to learn and every student has the opportunity to share their ideas. Also, what we encourage these types of activities are student-led activities. So it is not me standing at the front telling them the answers. Instead, they have to think about solutions to problems like this themselves. The process by doing this, they will make many mistakes. And that is okay, because you learn the most by making mistakes. So we like to encourage risk takers. Today is all of their own work. It's not been created before, so it's very creative, and it's examples of problem solving, creative thinking, and thinking about other people. So thank you very much.
ใช่ เป็นไงบ้างครับ ตื่นยังทำอะไรที่นิวซีแลนด์อีกรอบหนึ่ง
I want to live on my own. I want to live in the coast.
With-
I want to stay in Thailand because I want to like get go in a bus and I want to wake up.
yeah okay
And I will not like have not to listen to my mom and my mom to wake up.
that's the reason to go to New Zealand yeah oh boy